Welcome to Create and Orchestrate. Today, we ponder, to seek investment or not to seek investment? That is the question. I'm Marcus Whitney, and this is Create and Orchestrate. Okay, lots of discussion out in the open, and also little jabs that get thrown, especially by the community of people who launch companies through a method called bootstrapping, which is a fantastic method for launching a company, which basically means grow as you can. Put your own money in. Some people would consider raising a small round of capital from friends and family to still fall inside of the bootstrapping realm, but basically to not grow beyond the performance of the business, right? And so bootstrapping, that's kind of, it is an approach. I would say it even gets into a philosophy, but what we're starting to see now is amongst the experienced entrepreneurs, a little bit of an attitude maybe from people who bootstrap companies towards people who seek investment for companies. That basically says, you did it with investment, I did it with bootstrapping, so somehow that makes me better. Or, investment is unnecessary, or investment is a bad thing, right? And here's the thing. Bootstrapping is a fantastic way to launch a business. I've launched several businesses via bootstrapping. I think it has so many pluses to it. It also has certain realities to it, especially as it pertains to growth or the types of businesses that you can launch. And let me give you an example. I just met a very experienced corporate CEO and now venture capitalist in the biotech life sciences industry. This gentleman has taken 5 companies public. That's an unbelievable number of companies to take public, but really he just got really good at it, and he was always kind of brought on to help these life sciences companies go public. And when I asked him about that, I said, you took 5 companies public. I said, what was that like? And he said, I was always raising money. That's all I ever did was raise money. And then he shocked me when he said, none of the companies ever had any revenue. And that was just like my mind was completely blown, because I was like, wow, you took 5 companies public and none of those companies ever had $1 of revenue. And he said, yeah, in the life sciences industry, what we're really doing is we're proving efficacy. We're proving that our innovations, our science can actually work. And then there's a small number of companies that can actually take that great science and then deploy it out into the market. And so those will be typically your large pharmaceutical companies. And so a company can go public in the life sciences industry without ever generating any revenue, just by continuing to do research and development and creating great science that really works and will improve healthcare. There's a perfect example of where you can't do that via bootstrapping, right? It takes millions and millions of dollars to actually achieve that result. You go public, everybody who put their money in the beginning does well through that public offering, and no revenue was ever generated, right? And so in that case, the value that was created was about the research and development and getting to a working product, okay? And what we want to kind of do is talk about the difference between revenue and value, okay? There's lots of businesses that generate a lot of revenue that are less valuable than companies that generate less revenue, okay? And value is all in the eye of the beholder, right? It's all in how the market sees it. It's all in what one individual or one entity believes they can do once they have possession of that thing that you've created. And in a lot of cases, you can't create the kind of value that's going to create the financial result you need without investment. That happens sometimes in the software development space. It happens a lot in the hardware space. Got another great friend who created a product, a security product called Armor Concepts. He now sells in Lowe's all over the country and various other big box retailers, specifically focused on things you would buy for the home and security devices and things like that. And he put about $500,000 of his own money in, and then he still had to seek additional investment because the manufacturing costs and the startup costs of that business were just too much, right? He couldn't actually get off the ground without seeking some level of investment. So, look, let's just kind of put the whole bootstrapping is better than investment or investment is better than bootstrapping argument away. Okay, neither one is better. They both have the right time and the right place. In many circumstances, if the value you're going to create is squarely focused on revenue and it doesn't take a lot of money to create the product and or service that you're going to take out into the market, bootstrapping is a fantastic way to go to the market. It keeps your ownership table simple. The number of people you have to answer to gets smaller, and that's a great way to go. But if the value you're trying to create is something where it's going to be the next big drug discovery or the next big Amazon or even just something that's going to be physical in nature and require some build time before you'll ever see the first dollar of revenue, then you need investment, and that's okay. And you don't have to be thinking about that you're not as good as the person who's bootstrapping. There's no one is better than the other, okay? So let's just all agree that every business, every industry is different. None of us understand how all these different industries work. And in some cases, bootstrapping is exactly what you should do. And in some cases, seeking investment is what you have to do, okay? One love.